If we ever needed proof that federal and state Labor governments are completely out of touch with regional and rural Australia, we saw it live on Sky today, beamed in from the Bush Summit in Ballarat at the historic gold mining regional town in Victoria. Protesters manning tractors and CFA tankers circled the venue for the Bush Summit, angry that keynote speakers, the Prime Minister and Jacinta Allan, were there, and in the ultimate slap in the face for battling farmers, the Allan government rammed legislation through Parliament late last night that will give renewable energy companies the right to enter property and force transmission lines to be built, whether the farmer wants it on their land or not. Add to that, the same government has slapped every Victorian with an emergency services and volunteers levy, including the very volunteers it claims to fund. Many farmers are going to face bills in the thousands. Now, I've been saying for months the bush is like a tinderbox. The anger, volatile, and things will only get worse. Look, I've been around a very long time and I have never seen such unpopular politicians as those two. But even during the dark days of COVID and the low Daniel Andrews, I've never seen the sort of reception we saw for two senior political figures today. Have a listen to the reaction to Premier Allan as she tries to defend the construction needed for renewable energy projects.
And that's why also we're supporting renewable energy projects as well that are driving investment.
Well, the Prime Minister spoke before the Premier and it wasn't much better for Anthony Albanese.
And I'll continue to engage, but I won't bullshit people. I won't come along and say, we're going to do something with new coal-fired power stations when it didn't happen, and I'm not going to come along and say the solution is something that might happen sometime into the 2040s.
Talk about not reading the room. The room was angry, and why wouldn't they be? That bill passed last night says it all. It's called the Vic Grid Stage 2 Reform Bill, giving power companies beefed up ability to enter properties to build 500 kilovolt transmission lines and 80-metre towers through Victorian properties to connect new solar and wind farms to the grid. Add to that levy I mentioned and you have the perfect storm. Sadly for these hard-working generational farmers, Albanese and Allan, both from the hard left, know that none of these people in that room actually vote for them. None of the protests will do anything to affect the political careers of these two because they rely on young, city-based, green-tinged voters for their survival. They can make all the sympathetic noises they like, but deep down, both are committed to carpet bombing the regions with wind turbines, solar panels and transmission lines in their crazy dash to net zero. Opposition leader Susan Lee was also there, better accepted as she made her pledge to be on the side of farmers when it comes to renewables.
My mantra is simple. If a farmer does not want a high-powered transmission line across their farm line, then it should not happen. With no social licence, it should not happen. I am shocked to read of what is passing through the Victorian Parliament as we sit here today.
I thought she was impressive. I thought that's her best performance since she's become opposition leader. Now, look, you have to give the Prime Minister and the Premier some credit for turning up. And no one should be protesting, as one woman was, with a noose around their neck like that. She should have been evicted from the building. But the anger is of the Prime Minister and Premier's own making. And I can tell you, it's not going to get any better.